guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alice, and in today's video I wanted to do my current no foundation routine. I wanted to do this video because this is something that I actually never thought that I'd be able to do because of my adult acne. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my kind of everyday makeup that I've been doing recently, using some of the products that I've been reaching for, applying them to my face. So I'd love it if you would keep on watching. Currently I just have my skincare on, so I've got some toners, I've got an eye cream, I've got a moisturiser on, but I haven't got my SPF on just yet. That is because I'm going to be using the ELF Glow SPF. So this is a really glowy SPF, so that's part of the no foundation routine that I've been doing because it kind of blurs my imperfections a little bit. So I'm just going to apply this to my face. At first I did think that it was a tinted SPF. I've now realised it's not really tinted, it's more just glowy. So that's what it looks like when it first comes out, and then I just have to put it on a bit at a time and rub it in really well. Obviously because it's my SPF, I need to make sure my entire face is covered to protect myself from the sun. But yeah, you can see as I rub it in, it is a little bit maybe lighter than my skin tone, but it does rub in to not be undetectable because, like I say, it's got glowy kind of pigments and almost like a pearlescent sheen to it, which just helps to blur imperfections, but it doesn't leave like a cast of any sort or a colour pigment. So I just need to remember to get my neck, as like I said, this is my SPF for the day. So this is an SPF 30, which I don't usually like to use. I prefer to use an SPF 50, especially now that I am on Roaccutane. I just want as much protection from the sun as possible, because I have realised on sunnier days that we've been having here in the UK, even when I'm outside with an SPF 50 on in the sun for like 10-15 minutes, I have had a bit of like red flushing. It's not like sunburn, but you can tell that my skin has become kind of sensitized, and I guess it is a slight sunburn, but it literally lasts just for the evening, and then once I apply my kind of soothing centella products, then that redness subsides. So I do have to layer just to make sure I get the sun protection I need. So once I look ridiculous. So once that is all rubbed in, clearly I'm basically a disco ball, but at least I'm a protected disco ball. So yeah, once that's all rubbed in, that's the glowy base that we have. I don't really like to put this SPF too close to my eyes, just because I have noticed a little bit of stinging when I have done that. So let's move on. Next I'll go in with a light coverage concealer. So here I have the Zelens Active Concealer. I'm not sure if you can actually get this anymore, but it's just like a little clicky brush applicator. So we'll go in, let me get a mirror. So this is just to cover up the darkness that I have under my eyes, like so. Is it sad that I'm really excited that I cleaned all my makeup brushes yesterday? And then I'll use this Real Techniques 402 brush. So this is kind of like their, what I would have described as a highlighter brush, but it's really good at buffing in tinted moisturisers and skin tints, and then concealer. So this is just, like I said, to get rid of the darkness around my eyes. This is going to be a really kind of glowy, natural, everyday makeup, like I said. I keep using the monitor as a mirror, but I need to look at you and remember to use my mirror. So just a light coating of concealer there, and then I recently purchased these e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wands, which I've been testing out and using. So I have got two contour shades. I've got Fair Light, I've got Light Medium, and then in the blush I've got Berry Radiant, which I believe is like the deeper shade, but it doesn't come off that deep on me. And then in the highlighter I've got Champagne Campaign, which is, I believe, one of the lightest shades. So a little bit of a side note on these beauty ones, they're so messy. Like, I'll show you. So that is what the inside, once you take the cap off, is looking like. Also, with the shades, I find that this light medium shade is too orange, but then the Fair Light shade is very grey toned, and you would think that that would be quite good, but it almost blends out into nothing. So what I've been doing is I've been applying both of them together to kind of mix them in. So I'll just do that now. Like, look how messy this is. And then I've got to put that back in here without like turning it off or like locking it in any way. It's just really messy. But anyway, so yeah, apply it to my cheekbones and around my forehead and then blend. I think that this works with a no foundation kind of a makeup look, because obviously I've got some scarring on my cheeks from my acne, but using the cream bronzer kind of blurs and hides that pigmentation. Oh, I think I put too much on my forehead. We'll just keep blending. And we'll put a bit under here. This is good because I feel like I don't have to be like really precise with the blending. As long as I've kind of blended it out, then it ends up looking okay, because then after I've given myself a bit of colour, I go back in with the concealer, do a little bit on my forehead and down the sides of my face, and then blend that all in again with my small fluffy brush. And I like doing this as well because using a foundation can be quite heavy, whereas using this kind of light coverage thin concealer, it's not like there's loads of layers or like thick layers on my face. And also because my skin is so dry right now, it's nice to have this kind of glowy skin. It feels hydrated and doesn't get cakey or cling to my dry patches. So that's, I'm so glowy. So next I will go in with the blush, the Berry Radiant blush, again extremely messy, and just pop a bit of this higher up on my cheeks like that, and then kind of blend it out. So like I said, I think that this is the darkest shade of the blush. I didn't actually think that this would be my first choice, but when I went to order them on the e.l.f. website when they first came out, the lighter shades were sold out, or the lighter one I was going to go for was sold out. So I thought, screw it, I'm just going to get this really kind of berry shade blush. But I think I've ended up really enjoying it, because I think if I had a lighter shade it wouldn't really show up, because I feel like if this was a powder product, this would be more like a blush topper rather than an actual blush. You can see once it's blended out, it's got this kind of rosy sheen, but it's not overly pigmented. I don't think it is anyway, like, and I guess that's coming from me. I do like a lot of blush. So that's the blush applied, and then I'll go in with the highlighter because obviously I need to be more glowy than this if I want it to be natural. I feel like this is a natural look because one, I'm using a lot of cream products, but also because I'm used to being really oily, and because, like I said, my skin is so dry right now. I don't know, I'm just used to the oiliness, so these glowy products are helping me get back the glow to my dull, crusty skin. And then I just blend that in with the same brush as I used for the blush. And you know what I've been doing? I've been putting a little bit down my nose, so maybe we'll do that as well. I feel like this is a trust the process kind of a look. Because at first, when I first did this, I was like, what have I done to my face? But giving myself that healthy glow. So now to tone it down a little bit, because clearly we need to get rid of this disco ball. I'm going to take my By Terry Hyaluronic Pressed Hydra Powder. I've actually hit pan recently in this because I've been using it so much, and I find that a pressed powder is a little bit quicker to use than my loose powders that I have. So it's just to set my under eyes and around my nose. To be honest, I do set almost everywhere because, like I say, even though my skin's dry, I'm used to being oily. So I'm just used to setting everywhere. But once you set with this powder, it doesn't feel drying at all. And also, if you feel like it does look or feel drying, which I doubt it with this powder, but if you do feel that way, then once you put on a setting spray, it kind of brings your face back to life, as we know. This pan that I've hit is getting bigger and bigger by the moment. Look at it now. Yay! I just love using products up. Not like using them up, but I love to see things be used. I'm actually just going to go in with a bigger fluffy brush with this as well, just to get a bit of a bigger surface area. But I'm kind of avoiding the cheek area so that that still looks glowy, and I'm just getting kind of my temples and then down the centre of my face. And then I'm also going to set the SPF that's on my neck. So that now is my base makeup done, and I'm going to move on to eyebrows quickly. I've been really enjoying a more fluffier natural eyebrow, so I'm going to go in with the ELF, that's upside down. I'm going to go in with the ELF Wow Brow. I think that this is in light brown, I'm not sure. I feel like it is a little bit too dark for me, but I really like this brow gel. It's really affordable, it's easy to use. So I just brush backwards through my eyebrows first, and then go in and kind of straighten them up and fluff them. So just really quick and easy brow. Again, going backwards through my eyebrow to kind of coat all the hairs, and then brushing them through. I like doing the brow gel first because I feel like I can coat all of my brow hairs and then fill in any gaps. And I'm currently using the Brow Blade by Urban Decay in, does this have a shade? In Taupe Trap. I'm not a massive fan of it, to be honest. I just find that it's a bit overpriced for what it is. Like, my favourite brow pencil is actually from Collections, and it's like $1.99 or something like that. So I'm just using this because I've got it and to use it up. Go in and kind of neaten up the bottom of my brow, and I've got a little bit missing, I feel like, here, and then just through the front of my brow. And same on the other side. Brows are so boring, aren't they? I feel like if you have a brow routine, you just stick to it. Like, you're not going to copy someone else's brow routine. You might use like similar products, but in terms of like how you actually shape your brows or whatever, like, you're not going to copy someone else's brows, because brows are really personal. So there are my brows. I'd say that they're pretty much done, and they're not supposed to be twins, they are sisters. So there's what my brows look like. Then I don't really wear eyeshadow on a daily basis, but what I do like to do is just define the sockets of my eyelids. So what I like to do is go in with this e.l.f. Bite Size I Love You a Latte little quad, because it's just got all matte shades, and basically I just go in with this shade in my socket, and then I might blend it out a little bit with this lightest shade. So I'll just do that now. So like I said, it's nothing dramatic. It's literally a little bit of definition so that my eyelids don't look as, I don't know, plain and boring. So there we go, that's a little bit of eyeshadow done. Then I will go in with a setting spray. I'm currently using a few setting sprays, but one I'm trying to actually use up because I'm not a massive fan of is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, sage and orange blossom. So obviously this is not really a setting spray, it's just a facial mist, but I feel like it still makes my skin look like skin once I've sprayed it, and again adds a little bit of moisture back into my dry skin. And the orange blossom really smells nice. Next I'll move on to eyelashes. I always use my Refa eyelash curler just because I never really used to use an eyelash curler. I don't think I really knew how to. I always used to do it after my mascara, and then my eyelashes would kind of get stuck to the eyelash curler, pull some out, and I was doing it wrong. So when I bought this one and it didn't pinch me, it works really well, it fits my eye shape really well, I have just fallen in love with this. So I use this every day, and then I'm going to go in with the Zelens. It just says Zelens Brown Mascara. Like I say, I don't think Zelens does makeup anymore, so I don't know if you could get this, but any brown mascara will do. I'm just using this one up because it's open at the moment, and it's quite a nice one. So yeah, I'll just go in and curl my lashes. Does it make a difference? I feel like it does. And then a little coat of our brown mascara. I feel like there's always one eye where the mascara looks really good, like I've got good lashes, which is this eye, and then the other one always kind of clumps together or doesn't look as long or fluffy. And then after a second coat on the top lashes, whatever's left on the wand, I'll just use on the corner, the outer corner of my bottom lashes, like this. I don't really like putting mascara on the inner bottom lashes just because I actually have a chickenpox scar on my lower lash line on this eye, so I don't actually grow eyelashes there. So just having it on the outer lashes makes it look less weird. If I put it all the way across my bottom lashes, there's just a massive gap where I have this chickenpox scar. And that's lashes done. And then the final step is lips. So because I have really dry lips at the moment, I've really been liking kind of tinted balms and things like that, or even just a lip balm or a lip mask during the day, just because wearing colour on my lips, it can get really kind of crusty looking and patchy. So I've actually been reaching for this L'Oreal, what's it called, Glow Paradise Balm to Lipstick in the shade Beige Eden. So it looks like this, and it's just a, like I said, it's like a balm more than an actual lipstick, but it's still got some pigment, and it's really easy to apply. just like a lip balm really. And it's just a little bit of a wash of colour so I don't look dead. So that is it guys, that is everything for today's video. This is my very natural and glowy no foundation everyday look that I've been doing. I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't realise it was going to be so elf heavy. I used a lot of elf products like the new glow ones, the little bite-sized eyeshadow, even the Wow Brow for my eyebrows. I even used a lot of elf brushes. Like these are elf brushes, the rest were all Real Techniques. But yeah, I really enjoy elf, so it makes sense that I'm using their products. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave me some comments down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!